Hello students, in today's video we are going to start Cambridge Lower Secondary Checkpoint April 2021 paper 2. As you know that this is a calculator version of the paper, that means we are allowed to use the calculator. Okay, then we are proceeding further to question number 1. Question number 1 states that here is a list of symbols. This is for the lesser than, this is for the greater than, this is for the equals to. Choose the correct symbol from the list for each of these statements. 3.7 dash then 3.65. So 3.7 is obviously greater than 3.65. So this is the symbol that we are going to use. Then 4.035 and then
Is less
4.0.
than.
Yes, we need to compare their digits. We compare first digit with the first one, these are equal. Then we are going to compare the first decimal place. This has got 0 and this has got 3. That means this is smaller than the other one. So we need to use this symbol. And 7.6 and 7.60. As far as their
Equal.
place values are concerned, if you can just append another 0, so that would definitely be equal to the 7.60, or even if it is 7.6, in that case also both of these are equal. So these are the symbols we need to place over here. Okay, then question number 2, draw a ring around the value of the digit 4 in the number 6.354. What is its place value? We need to see.
4/100.
This is 10th place 1 by 10. This is the 100th place 1 by 100, and this is going to be the 1000th place 1 by 1000th part actually. So if we need to calculate the place value of this 4, that means that is 4 is lying at the 1000th place, so its value is going to be accordingly 4 by 1000. So this is going to be the answer. We need to draw a ring around it. So this is how it is to be done. Okay, then solve 5x minus 2 equals to 3 times x plus 4. Solving it out, this is a linear equation, so we can simplify it using 5x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 3 is to be multiplied with both of these terms. This is the distributive property that is being applied over here. So 3 4s are is going to be 12. The distributive property states that if a is being multiplied by b plus c, a is to be distributed over these two, on b as well as on c. So a times b plus a times c. This is going to be the answer. So we applied this distributive property in this step, and then combining the like terms, I'm shifting this 3x to the other side of the equality. It has got a negative sign with it now, and I'm shifting this 2 to the other side, so that would become plus 2. So the answer is going to be 5x minus 3x, 2x equals to 14. And now with this x, 2 is being multiplied. When I would be shifting this 2 to the other side of the equality, it would get divided. 14 divided by 2. So this would give the answer x equals to 7. Okay, one important thing that you need to recall and keep in mind in this step and in this question is that uh, while I've taken this 2 to the other side of the equality, there is no change of the signs. Sometimes students think like, for example, as I've shifted this negative 2 to the other side, it got a change in sign and it got positive. And similarly, this 3x came to the other side of the inequality of the equality, and has a change of sign. Same is the case that normally students think that when we are going to shift this 2 to the other side, it would change the sign, but that is not true. The change of sign takes place only in addition and subtraction. Like for example, if 2 was being subtracted, when it got shifted to the other side, it got added. uh, and in the same way, when 3x which was being added, that got shifted to the other side, it got a change in sign, it became negative 3x. But it won't be the case with this 2x which is being multiplied by 2 by x, which is acting as a coefficient. Like 2x equals to 14. When we are shifting this 2 to the other side of the equality, there would be no change of the sign. It would simply be get divided and yield the answer to be 7, as we have done. So this is what students need to keep in mind. Okay, after this, it's question number 4. We need to work out this expression. Okay, this would give me 1 plus 12 square. 12 square means 12 times 12. You can use your calculator for that also, but it is straightforward to write it 144. 2 times 3 square. 3 square is 9 minus 13. Now, this question is implying the use of BODMAS rule, because we need to multiply here first and then we need to simplify it further. So this is going to be 145 in the numerator, and then 2 nines are 18 minus 13 is there in the denominator. So this is the crucial step of this question. Normally students, they do 145, they would be just subtracting 9 and 13, giving an answer of negative 4, and then they are going to multiply. So that is going to make it wrong, because that is the violation of the BODMAS rule. We need to multiply first and then we need to add or subtract. So we do not need to take it into account. What we need to proceed further, we need to do it like 145 divided by 5, and then cancelling them on the table of 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, and 5 eights are 45. So the answer is going to be 28. Okay, then it's question number 5. A plane flies between two cities. uh, 5 nines are 45. Actually, this was a slight typo. 29. Okay, then it is question number 5. A plane flies between two cities 1836 kilometers apart. It travels at an average speed of 850 kilometers per hour. Calculate how long. How long means we need to find out the time the flight takes. Give your answer in hours. As we know that speed is equal to distance divided by time. So first of all, we need to make this time the subject. So shifting this t to the other side, speed times t equals to distance. Then you need to retain t to this side and distance divided by speed. Now this would give us the answer. Let me substitute the values. T is going to be, distance is there 850 kilometer per hour divided by 1836 kilometers. So we can cancel this kilometer, and dividing 850 by 1836, that would give me the answer 850 divided by 1836. Actually, we have done it the other way around. Distance divided by speed. Uh, that means we had to do it the other way around, like 1836 kilometers divided by 850 kilometer per hour. Now we can cancel these kilometers and then divide 1836 by 1850. 1836 divided by 850, that is 2.16. 2.16 time. Time is this. Since the unit is hours, so this is in hours. Calculate how long the flight takes. Give your answer in hours. 2 hours and 0.16 hours. So we need to give this answer in complete hours. So this is, that means 2 complete hours. And if we would have been asked to give the answer in hours and minutes, then we could have converted it like 2 hours plus 0.16, which is an hour, and we could have multiplied it by 60 to give this answer in minutes. But since we have been asked to give the answer in hours only, so this is our final answer. Okay, then we proceed. Ten teams A to J entered a competition to build a model car using plastic bricks. Competition rules: the maximum number of batteries to power the model car is 6. That means no team can use more than 6 batteries. The maximum mass of the model car is 1 kg. The winner is the model car with the greatest speed. Okay, the scatter graph show some information about the model cars built by the 10 teams. Okay, on the y-axis we are given with the speed in meter per second, and on the x-axis we are given with the number of batteries. For team A, this point is depicting that team A has used 2 batteries and the speed of the car is almost 0.4 meter per second. For team G, that states that they have used 3 batteries and the car speed is almost 0.8 meter per second. So this is what is the implementation and the uh, main interpretation of this scatter graph. Okay, then uh, for the second scatter graph, speed and mass are being related. For a particular team, for example, C, it means that the mass is about 0.85 kgs and the top speed of the car is 1.5 meter per second. So this is how the graph is going to be read. The question is, complete these sentences. Team dash wins the competition. Which team gives? Okay. How? We need to first of all fulfill the 3 statements or the 3 conditions that were given in the question. This is number of wheels. That means for E, the number of wheels are 6 and the speed of the car is around 2.3 meter per second or 2.25 meter per second or 2.3 meter per second. The six-wheeler has got a speed of almost 2.3, and for this I, that means it is using 12 wheels and the speed
It is
is
disqualified.
2.1. Yes, it hasn't. So we need to fulfill all the three given conditions. The maximum number of batteries is 6. Okay. Maximum number of batteries that we can have, that is 6. Okay. This is ruled out because it is using 8 batteries. Okay. We can have all of them for the number of batteries. E and J are using 6 batteries. All of these are possible. Okay. Then the maximum mass of the model is 1 kg. Now we just look at the mass. Maximum mass is 1 kg. That means this is not permissible. So all from A till J are permissible. So, okay. And then finally, the final statement was the winner is the model car with the greatest speed. So, if you just compare the speeds now, for the speeds, we see that the maximum speed is for E. So, E is one of the cars which is fulfilling all of the three conditions and being the top speeder. So we can have team E wins the competition. Then teams dash and dash are disqualified for breaking the competition rules.
I and B.
Yes, B and I, obviously, in this case. And what about G?
Sir, number of wheels का नहीं दिया हुआ.
I didn't say anything about the number of wheels, so
Yes,
G didn't disqualify.
yes. The conditions were only for the number of batteries and mass. So we are not going to consider these for this particular graph. We are going to consider them for speed, mass and number of batteries. From this, mass has to be 1. Okay. Which is exceeding? B is exceeding in this case. And for number of batteries, I is violating the rules. So B and I are the correct choices for second option. B and I. So this is how this question is to be done. So this completes part A to this question. Okay. Then complete these sentences to describe the type of correlation shown on these three graphs. For correlation, we discussed this even in yesterday's class also. For two bodies which are interlinked with sloping upwards line, that is a positive correlation. When they are linked with a downward sloping line, in that case it is negative correlation. So in this case, the graph of speed plotted against the number of batteries shows dash correlation.
Positive.
Yes, it shows a positive correlation because for batteries and speed, you see the graph is something like this, sloping upwards. Okay, then for the next part, the graph of speed plotted against the mass shows dash correlation.
Negative.
Yes, that was sloping downwards, so that's why it has to be negatively correlated. The graph of speed plotted against the number of wheels shows dash correlation.
No. No correlation.
Yes, because in that case, you see that all of the points were scattered randomly. One was here. We cannot come up with any of the lines altogether. If you just have a pattern of this, but what about the remaining points? So, or if you just join these lines, so what about this case or this case or whatsoever? So, in this case, we find no correlation. So, the answer in third option is going to be no correlation. Shows no correlation. Okay, that completes our question number 6. Then we are now going to proceed to question number 7. Okay, this states that draw the reflection of the triangle in line L. We need to draw its reflection. The reflection would be in a way that would mean if this point is 1 unit down, its reflection is going to be 1 unit up like this. So this point is the reflection of this point. Now it can be done in either ways. Similarly, if you just see for the remaining 2 points, other points, if it is half box, 1 box, 2.5. So half, 1.5, and 2.5. So this point is the reflection of this point, and thirdly, for this one, this is half and then 1.5. So half and 1.5. This is the reflection of this point. So now joining these 3 points which we have made on this, so this is going to be the reflected triangle like this. So this is the reflected triangle. Okay, then we proceed to question number 8 now. Gabriella's book has 348 pages. She has read 163 of the pages. Safia's book has 562 pages, but she has read 225 of the pages. Tick to show who has read the greater proportion of their book. That means we are not interested in the number of pages, who has read more pages, number of the pages, but we are interested in,
percentage.
yes. So we need to convert them in the proportion in both the cases, and then we are going to compare them together. So let's do it. She has read for Gabriella's reading is 163 pages out of 348. And for the second one, Safia's, she has read 225 pages out of 562. If we divide them together, we get 163 divided by 348, which is 0.468, and this would give me 225 divided by 562, which is 0.400. Now you can see, though Safia has read more number of pages as compared to Gabriella's read pages, but the proportion of Safia is smaller. So if we need to compare the proportion, that means Gabriella's lesser number of pages are having greater proportion. So this is what needs to be ticked. Who has read more pages? For this case is, yes,
Gabriella.
yes. So this is what we need to take. Okay, then it is question number 9. This is a question from the topic sequences. The table shows information about a sequence of patterns made from rods, diagram, and then pattern number, and then the number of rods that we need to compare. Diagram is this, pattern number is 1 and number of rods are 3, 1, 2 and 3. Then in pattern number 2, number of rods are 5. In pattern number 3, the number of rods are 7, and so on. So what we need to see or observe is that for the next we are adding 2, for the next we are adding 2, and then for the next obviously we would be adding 2. So that would give us 9.
9.
Yes, and this is going to be the diagram number obviously, and it has to be something like that. 1, 2, 3. This has been done previously, and then we need to complete it for the other portion also. This has to be done like this. Then draw the diagram for pattern number 4 in the table that we have done, this one. And then part B, -1, +1, +2, +3 divided by 2, multiplied by 2 and multiplied by 3. Choose 2 of these cards to complete the sentence describing the general term. Okay, we need number of
-1
rods,
then +3.
+3. Okay, for the number of rods needed, you need to see for the number pattern, and then what you need to do. For this, the general term formula is, since this is the common difference plus 2, so its generic form has to be 2n. 2n, n stands for the number pattern. Then if you replace n equals to 1, n equals to 1 means first pattern. So you see, for the first pattern, what is the first value in the given sequence? That is 3. So if you just replace n equals to
3.
1, in this case 2 times 1, what should be added in this case so that we could have the first
1.
term of the sequence which is there in actual? So that means it should be 1. So that means this would be then plus 1, and pattern number, which is n, that is to be multiplied by 2. So pattern number is to be multiplied by 2, then we need to add 1 plus 1. So this is how the general term is there, or we can write it 2n plus 1 also, as far as the blank boxes are concerned. So it has to be times 2 then plus 1. So that completes question number 9.
सर -1 और +3 भी लिख सकते हैं ना?
-1 plus 3.
जी.
-1 and then +3. Okay, yes, obviously when you are just considering number pattern, if it is number pattern, okay, like this, you subtract 1. Number pattern is 1, for example, you subtract 1 from that, -1, so you will get 0. And then what you need to do to get 3? You need to add 3, you need to plus 3. So -1, yes, times n plus 3. So -1 times n and then plus 3. That would also give you the same result. Okay. But is it true for all n? Let us check it out. For example, for pattern number 4, we have got 9 number of rods. So -1n plus 3, -1 times 4 plus 3, -4 plus 3. What is that answer? -1. Is it the same as 9? No. So this is going to be the correct answer, correct option, 2n plus 1. That is the general term or the general format that generates this sequence, not this one. Okay. Now it's question number 10. For example, in the previous question, we have seen that only one counter example that violates the given scenario, that is sufficient to rule out the given generic form or the formula. Okay. Then it is question number 10. Draw a ring around all the numbers that are greater than 11 by 16 and less than 15 by 16. So if you just convert all of them, or if you just compare all of them, for 11 by 16, the value becomes
0.6875.
yes. And for 15 divided by
0.9375.
so now we can easily compare which values are in between these two. So that is 0.751 and then 0.85. These are the values which are within this range. This is beyond that, greater than this. This is lesser than this, lesser than this, and lesser than the lower bound. So that's it. Okay. For question number 11 now. complete this calculation. 4 square is equal to 2 times what plus 3. We can use algebra to solve it out, or we can use simple equality. Let me call this as x. So the statement is 4 square equals to 2x plus 3. Now
X
first,
equals 5.
yes, first of all we need to shift this 2 to the other side. That would become 4 square is 16, and when this 2 is going to be shifted to the other side, it would get divided, and this is going to be the same x plus 3. So cancelling them out, we are having 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are, so 8, and now again I'm shifting this 3 to the other side. That would give me 8 minus 3, that is equal to x, and x is equal to 5. That means this should contain 5. Okay, then that's the next question. Question number 12. Write the ratio 75 centimeter, ratio 1.8 meters in its simplest form. There are two methods. Either we can convert centimeter into meters or meter into centimeters. Both are correct. Both are equally fine. For me, I think I'm going to do it 75 centimeters, ratio 1.8. I'm going to convert this meters into centimeters. So I'm going to multiply it by 100 so that I can have 180 centimeter. So now these are ratios, the same units get cancelled out, and then we can cancel them up, like 5 1s are 5, 5 5s are again 5 3s are 15, 5 6 are, and now we can cancel them up on the table of 3 5s are, and 3 12s are. So this is going to be the simplest form, 5:12. Okay, question number 13 now. Lily pours 5 liters of water into glasses. Each glass holds 225 milliliters. Calculate how many glasses Lily can fill completely.
22.
Yes, we need to divide them. This is a question of division. 5 liters, that means 5 times 1000, because we know that 1 liter has got 1000 milliliters. So this is going to be 5000 milliliters divided by 225 milliliters. Milliliter gets cancelled out, and using your calculator you can find it out to give you an answer of 22. Okay, for question number 14, write 735 as the product of its prime factors. So writing them in the form of prime factorization form, 3 2s are 6, 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, and then 5 4s are 20, and 5 9s are 45, and then 7 7s are, and then 7 1s are. So the prime factorization of 735 is 3 times 5 times 7 square. So that completes question number 14.